Hey everyone, I have Zach ready to speak with you whenever you are.
Thanks, Tyler. Hello, Zach.
Hey,
We'll start off with
hey
Eric
guys.
Dewala of DenverBroncos.com. Go ahead, Eric.
Hey Zach, just wondering your time in the league, kind of what you've learned. I know it's kind of a 24-hour rule regardless, but what you've learned about moving on from a tough loss and how, as a veteran, you can help the guys in the locker room move past this one too.
Yeah, no, I mean we got a good group. I mean last year, we had a couple tough losses that you saw. We bounced back and won those games after. So it's a mature group. Um, and yeah, guys handled it the right way today. So we're on to the Chargers now, and we've saw the mistakes and corrected them, and hopefully we don't make them again.
Chris Thomason, The Gazette. We'll skip Chris and go to Kyle.
Hey, Zach. Thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it. What early in the game you went down? Looked like you might have been in a good bit of pain, but then you came right back in. What kind of happened there?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about injuries right now. So yeah, no, I'm good and just getting ready for the Chargers.
Okay, can I just ask you a follow up then to that first question? You talked about bouncing back. I mean, last year you guys won four straight after the tough defeat at Kansas City. What are some of the key elements that a team has to do to be that resilient?
Yeah, I think guys, we really not a lot of ego. So when we correct the film, guys aren't kind of defending themselves or blaming others. It's what could I do better? What guys have that attitude. So and again, we had that today. Guys are accountable, and yeah, it's a special group to be a part of. So I'm excited to see what we do this Sunday.
Kyle Fredrickson of The Gazette.
Hey, Zach, I'm just curious after looking at the film, just what do you think maybe were some of the shortcomings with the pass rush this past week, given that there was just one sack in comparison to six against the Titans?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you watch the film, a lot of block up shots, which teams are probably not going to just let us, just rush four, and they're only going to protect us with five. Not a lot of teams are going to do that, and yeah, I mean, they, ball was out quick. I made hill throws, and yeah, I'm not worried about the pass rush. I think obviously week one was special with six sacks, but um, it's I would love for it to be like that every week, but that's just not the case. But I think when you watch the film, there are some guys are still rushing well. It's just ball out quick stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that go into sacks, and you know we'll uh, you know we'll be fine. I'm not worried about this group.
Parker Gabriel, The Denver Post.
Yeah, Zach, I was just going to sort of ask, I suppose, a similar question. So I'll twist it a little bit. Did you feel like some of the metrics had you with a pretty good pressure rate, but just obviously the one sack? Did you feel like you were able to influence Jones some, or was it just a matter of the ball being out, quick enough to beat pressure in some of those situations?
Yeah, I mean they're a hell of a team. I mean, I know, whatever they say about Daniel Jones, the guy's won a playoff game in this league. He was a six overall pick. You could tell they're really, really well coached, and they got a lot of weapons, and they've invested a lot in the offensive line. So yeah, I mean, you kind of add like a combination of all that together. They had a really good game plan. They executed, and yeah, he was great with it. I mean, he was, he really didn't double pat that ball at all. So give credit where credit's due, and we'll like I said, like we got a special group up front. We showed it last year. We showed it week one. There were games last year where we didn't, have six sacks, so we'll be fine.
Luca Evans, The Denver Post.
Hey Zach, seemed like a lot of times, in that game, the Colts were kind of attacking you guys, specifically over the middle of the field, kind of out in space, a lot of different things with their playmakers. Obviously, the Chargers, did that a lot kind of last year, especially in week 16. So what's kind of the conversation about, hey, how do we take some of these things from the Colts and apply them specifically to this Sunday?
Yeah, no, yeah, like I said, we watched the film earlier. We'll get those corrections made. Just, follow our assignments, follow our reads, and then, yeah, watch Chargers game tonight and, really start game planning Wednesday for it. So, we know, the kind of challenges they bring. They're a hell of a team. We saw it last year. They started off really hot this year. So, it's going to be a challenge, and we got a lot of respect for them. So, But we're excited for the challenge.
Eric Dalala, DenverBroncos.com.
Zach, you guys were, I think, 2 of 6, held into 2 of 6 in the red zone, and the red zone defense has been a strength the last few years. What was the key kind of yesterday down there, and then maybe just big picture over the last couple of years to what's allowed you guys to have so much success in the red zone?
Yeah, we invest a lot of time on red zone and third down, and I think historically when you see teams, if they when they perform well in those areas, they're usually the top teams in the league. So for us, we pride ourselves on those two things, and third down wasn't where we wanted it to be yesterday, but the red zone, was encouraging, and hopefully we could just build off of it.
Last question, Chris Thomason.
I'm good. Thanks a lot.
All right. Zach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks.